Hey everybody, in this video we're going to be going over the pros and cons of moving here to the Madison Dane County area. So if you've been thinking about making the move here or you have any questions, hopefully this video will help answer any questions you have and help you come to the right conclusion. Nothing is perfect, so we're going to be talking about all the good things and all the not so good things. My name is Diana. I'm a local real estate agent here in the Dane County, Madison area. On this channel, we talk about all things Madison, taking you on property tours, showing you what the city is like, and as well as how to make the home buying and selling process easier when you are ready to make that move. So without further ado, let's jump right into the first con. The first con we're going to talk about is none other than the snow. So there isn't a snowstorm every single day. However, there are those days where the wind chills are super cold and it is below 0 degrees. Sometimes the weather can be really bad where it's really slippery outside and everywhere you go is just really icy. It can be kind of scary driving on these type of roads, but as long as you have snow tires or really good all-season tires and obviously not driving recklessly, then it can alleviate some of the concerns when driving through this bad weather. Sometimes snow may fall early towards the end of November, but typically you'll see lots of more snow towards the end of December going into January and February, where January and February are one of the coldest months. I do remember one time in December before Christmas and it was super cold. I want to say it was about -3 degrees and there was wind chills. I think the wind chills definitely made it feel even colder than it really was, and my car just didn't start up. And that was actually the first time where my car didn't start up. It was just so cold that my brother had to help me jumpstart the car. So you can't expect it to get really cold. However, it's not always going to be like that where your car is just not going to be running. There's just days where it's just super cold and you got to be prepared for that. The second con is that Madison is built on an isthmus. And what this really is that pretty much Madison is on a strip of land and there's water on both sides of that strip of land. So we are surrounded by Lake Mendota and Lake Monona. So pretty much we're sandwiched in between bodies of water. Now, the views here can be really nice, especially being sandwiched between two bodies of water, which we'll get to that later in the video, but there's also a con to that as well. So downtown Madison has a lot of one-way streets, and what this means is that it can be kind of challenging to navigate around downtown Madison because of the one-way street. What that may look like is you might take a one-way street to then make a turn to get onto another one-way street to get to where you need to go. And if you make a wrong turn, you might have to make a big loop around just to get back on that one road so that you are on the right road. Even to this day, I still use a GPS just to make sure that I'm taking the right roads and I don't get lost. Another thing as well, being sandwiched between two bodies of waters, is that if you want to get to one side of town to the other side of town, you have to go around the water to get to the other side of town. And yes, there's a bridge to get there, but you still have to go all the way around, which is really not a big deal. Over time, you get used to the streets, but it's something interesting to know about. The next con I'm going to talk about is the cost of living. So most people might feel that the cost of living here in Madison has gone up and it's becoming less affordable. As with everywhere else, we are starting to feel the hit of prices going up in, let's say, gas and even eggs. Obviously, it's not just here in Madison, but in a lot of other places. But because prices have gone up, you can expect home prices to go up and potentially rent as well. What it may look like here in Madison is for a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home, it can be anywhere between $350,000 upwards to $375,000. As for rental, typically you may be able to rent out a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom anywhere between as low as $900 to $1,200 or more, depending on the location. Homes have been appreciating pretty well here in the Madison area, and as well with the home prices increasing, you can expect that a lot of homeowners in the last couple of years have been noticing that they've built quite a good amount of equity in their homes because of the home appreciation. That's kind of the trade-off that you'll be making if you do decide to purchase and live here in the Madison area. The next thing we'll touch on is property taxes. Dane County is said to have the highest median property taxes compared to other counties such as Rock County, Sauk County, just to name a few. So I wanted to give you some perspective of what property taxes can look like here in the Dane County area depending on where you purchase. So for example, if we take a look at this property here in Stoughton, this is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home. If we come down to the net taxes here, property taxes for 2022 for this property is right around $4,900. Now if we take a look at a different property in Madison here, still in Dane County, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathroom. We want it to be consistent here with the type of home. The net taxes for this property in 2022 is said to be $6,100. So as you can see, there is a difference here depending on where you purchase. And of course, the age of the home is also going to play a role in how high the property taxes are going to be as well. So moving into the pros, I feel like over time, Madison has gotten a lot better with the diversity of food markets. What I mean by this is back in 2008, my family and I moved here to the west side of Madison, and we were very close by other Asian food markets or international food markets. Fast forward to 2012, we decided to move about 30 minutes away from Madison. And at that time, I started realizing that we had to go across town to get to Asian markets or other international food markets to get the certain types of spices and foods that we typically eat. Fast forward to now, we still currently live 30 minutes away from west side of Madison, but we don't have to travel across town. One of the most popular Asian food markets that are close by is the Global Food Market. With the Global Market, there is a section to buy your groceries, but there's also another section which is the food court, which you can typically find people here on Fridays where it starts to get busy, and especially on the weekends where a lot of people do hang out and get their foods and shop around here as well. Moving into the second pro, I feel like downtown Madison is just a beauty. We are sandwiched by 2 bodies of waters, and it does come with its pros. The views here are phenomenal. You can take your family down to the lake and enjoy a scoop of ice cream at the Babcock Ice Cream, sit by the lake, and enjoy the view. I've certainly been to the lake myself with my sisters, and we've each gotten our own ice cream, and we sit by the lake and enjoy the view. There's also biking and walking trails, and sometimes you might see people fishing here as well, which leads me into the next pro, which is there's always something to do. Most people love when there's snow because they get to go skiing or they go ice skating when the lake is super cold and it's frozen. Another activity that I've done with my family is going to the Henry Valley Zoo to go see the lights. There's lights downtown all the time for the holiday season. Some things that you might experience here in the summer is people riding on boats, fishing by the lake. One of the many popular events that happen during the summer is the Brat Fest, also the Dane County Fair, and another thing you can do downtown, take a look inside the Capitol and also walk around the farmers market to buy fresh foods and fresh bakeries. So the last pro I want to mention is that we don't have a lot of traffic here in the area compared to other areas such as Los Angeles, New York, or Texas. So there's typically traffic in the morning, of course, when everyone's headed to school, headed to work. It's going to be around 8 a.m. that you'll start seeing the congestion of back-to-back cars, and you'll see it from all the way up until around closer to 10 a.m. Another time that you may experience traffic is anywhere between 3 to around 5:30 p.m. because people are getting out of work or getting out of school. But nothing too crazy, especially even on the weekends when people are out and about, there's not a lot of traffic. And matter of fact, there was a flex lane that was built on the highway, so it helps traffic move a lot quicker. So I definitely like that because I am not one to wait in traffic. If I know that there's going to be traffic, I always plan accordingly so that I don't hit the traffic jam. So hopefully you found this video helpful and it has helped you come to a conclusion if moving here is the right choice for you. If you found this valuable, make sure to share this with a friend, and don't forget to contact me if you have any questions about making the move here to the Madison area, or you yourself live in the Madison area and are looking to purchase or sell a home to upgrade or downsize. Until then, I will catch you on the next one.